So, welcome world to another episode of Yatta Debate, and not just any episode. This is episode 50, which means season 2 is over. I thought that I would do something unique, something special, something that we haven't done here on Yatta Debate, and with that is the drum roll please. Decided to do basically like a best of Yatta Debates, and what that means is I'm just choosing some of my favorite moments from the Yatta Debates season 2. And for a quick moment, I do just want to thank everyone who has been a part of season 2. We had some incredible all our amazing guests, everyone from Raymond Brown to Joanne, who came on here and talked about credit, to of course Midori, who else am I thinking of, Elijah, and of course like Elijah Foreman as well. Who am I also thinking of course with the link sessions as well. We linked up with a few of my barbers, my cousin Jonna Sabri. We were talking about entrepreneurship on that one. So of course it's just been an amazing journey, and I want to thank all those amazing guests and you viewers for you guys who have continued endlessly to tune in every week and subscribe and like our videos and leave comments, because all of that support helps. And just as always, if you like this video just like you did our other ones, please leave a like below, comment, and subscribe. It would do me a great justice. So with that being said, let's get into these greatest moments, right? And for my first Yatta Debates greatest moment, I think I had to pick this one because it was so entertaining, and this was actually a part of episode 37 where we covered like a wide variety of topics, so we had to like break it down into different sections. But with that, I like to call this segment Yatta versus the gang. And you're gonna see why, like right here.
I'm rooting for all of them.
I'm rooting for all of them
to stop taking that check from the niggas that's trying to undermine us too.
What's wrong with taking the resources and allocating it back?
Because what are they doing to get the check? What are they being asked to do? What are they being?
I don't know. I'm not in the meeting.
Okay, you asking?
I'll let you know when I get there.
I know it. See, you're right. I told you. Oh my God, Yatta!
Because he said when I get there, like,
man, look.
I didn't even see myself getting to that point. I thought I would get taken out by a government official before that.
I'll take a few $100,000, but I'm not gonna be in the billions to sell out. I'm scared.
I can't be in the elitist society. There's too much weird shit going on. Listen, as a spiritual person, I'm not ready to sacrifice my cousin. I mean, I do got something that I would, but I wouldn't do it. Like, just off moral.
Man, multi-million Yatta over here. You gonna see it. Multi-million
Yatta is Gemini, and there's a lot.
I'm not black, I'm Yatta.
I am black.
Look at Kanye West, look at Donald Trump. They're all Gemini.
I told you exactly those two people, and you
chill.
said that I was crazy. I told him Donald Trump and Kanye West, and he was like, you don't know what you're talking about.
But I'm a
That had to be one of the absolute funniest segments that we have ever done here on Yatta Debates, and that is why I had to pick that one. Now for the next segment, one of the best episodes here on Yatta Debates, and I chose that one. I think it's episode 32 with Raymond Brown, and he actually brought a few stop pieces for your boy Yatta to style. So Yatta, I like to call this one Yatta the fashion model.
It's crazy. You got to go through all that. But in the current collections, the two collections that are for 2020, I just brought off a couple of blazers that that were pretty popular and so forth. One of them actually is another version of the Ankara print.
Here, let me hold these up for you so that we can see them on the camera.
Okay.
There you go.
Yatta.
That's an Ankara print. Sorry, I'm talking away from the mic here.
I know, guys. I got to try this on real quick.
That'll fit you. And that's actually an Ankara print. Now, there are a number of suppliers, fabric suppliers, that are bringing fabrics from Ghana and from Cameroon and so forth. And this one's coming out, this fabric came out of Atlanta. And so that's one of those ones where it can follow your body, but it doesn't grab and tight. It's not tight on your body. So it looks good.
Okay, Yatta. Okay.
Yeah, see, it works. Okay. See, we can dress him up a bit. He all right.
I look fly. I look fresh. I look African fresh.
And so that's a nice piece for a pair of jeans as well as for a pair of dress shoes, pants. You can wear with or without a tie. It doesn't really matter. You can wear it with a t-shirt. The one I'm wearing is also one I made. So it's part of that gold and kind of the king version of pretty much anybody who wears it.
And this is part of what I was saying. It's just like it's unique, but I can see myself wearing this I can wear this. Like,
yep. And that's what you like about it. It goes to, if you're going out, for example, and you don't really want to wear the Sunday morning suit, if you will. You want to wear something that looks like, a woman, I figure, wants to see a man look like he looks like something. Mm-hmm. Like he thought about what he looks like at least once. And so
I felt like that was a shot, right?
Exactly. You go out and you show, okay, I'm wearing a pair of nice jeans, I'm wearing a nice t-shirt, and I threw on this jacket. Now all of a sudden it's dressy. So you have a look like that. Then you have one, this is actually a traditional print, which is tweed. Tweed's been around forever. And yet the cut is completely different. So that cut goes across the body, and then I just add some accents to the back. So that if I'm going to do exactly. You have that kind of in that velvet on top. The great pattern there, and that's a European pattern. The style is more towards North Africa. Doesn't that look like him?
Yeah,
just looks like him.
Y'all are the fashion model. Y'all getting it first here.
This is definitely. I can see Yatta.
Can't you see him in that? Yeah,
all the way.
Because you're taking the mixture of a European print, and you're adding in some other, the style of like a West African style.
I look good in both of those suit jackets. So Ray, you need to let me have them suit jackets, man. Take those off the market and let me get them. But for the next moment, so for episode 34, there we go. I had to pick this one with author Elijah Foreman, and we got into like a real debate as far as what was more difficult as far as the creative process as to writing a book as opposed to writing a song. And it's hard, y'all, to debate, so I love when people debate me. So check that clip out right now.
But I would say, I think it's harder to make books than an album. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't
know, Yatta, because again, like as a writer, too. Like, you think content is hard to come by, but if you have a really creative mind, like content is so easy to come by. Do you know how many stories I sit on a day, like on a daily basis that I sit on a day? Like,
but this is
something could just be. I'm like, wow, that's a story. There we go. I'm about to do that.
But this is the thing that I was talking about. Like again, to have like not just have like the ideas, but to consistently create that build up. It's just
writer, it's kind of like what he was saying with outlining. Like once you start outlining the story, like you really can have a story out of like that was one thing I was taught, because like I said, when I did the records prep thing, like they really like beat into us like outlining, and then I took a lot of writing classes and things like that because I was really into it. And then also my best friend at the time, we were both writers, so she would write. We would compare writing. Sometimes we even would co-write. Like we would write stories together. Like we were writing and putting out stories of our own. Like we did playwriting, stuff like that too. Like I used to have neighborhood kids perform plays and things like that. But like, if you have it in you, like I can't write music. Like that's just something I just do not feel like I can do.
It's easy for me though.
I can write a play. I can write different things like that because I know that I can do it. Like I can sit down and really write down a play, really write down like a story.
Well, if you break everything down, there's different elements to all this. Yeah. Like even with your music, you're writing lyrics. You're not writing music. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not writing down the music notes or anything like that.
No.
But even with that, I think that's much harder because with an artist, you really got to be in tune with whatever producer you're using.
Yeah.
Get those beats together and then be able to, stay on track with those beats. That's a flow.
Yeah.
But with books, it's hard, but nah, I don't
story and everything like that, Yatta. And it's like, once you get the story, it's like, you can keep flowing with it. Just like you said, rhythm and flow. Once you get the flow of the story, you get the flow. Like, you're flowing with it. You're going with it. And if you have the ending in your mind, getting to the climax is nothing. Like,
but I mean, even just like the process of it, it's just like, all right, so like, for me, I think the longest part that actually like takes with like the album is just like weeding out what I want and what I don't want on there, because as far as like actually making the song, like hook, bridge, chorus, verse, whatever you want to call it, like I can crack some of those out in like 15-30 minutes. Like I'm just like, I'll have the idea and I'm just like, all right, yeah.
But this is genius shit though. Like that's not normal.
Not everybody can.
Now I know I said this was part of the Yatta debates, bestseller blah 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 season 2, but I had to pick this one from season 1 where Shelly actually revealed my birth chart. And the reason why this is so significant is because people haven't stopped asking me about it since that episode, so I'm just not understanding why it's so important. But I had to do this for one of the best moments in Yatta's debate, so check that out now.
Liberty, and basically your inner rebel, so whatever you're going to rebel against. And then Neptune is transcendental liberty and non-egotistic liberty, which is your selflessness. And then finally, Pluto is your transformation, mutations, and elimination, which is your power. So I had my chart. I printed my chart out, but I know it's on my phone. Like I saved it in my phone.
Let's get these for the viewers. They don't know what it means.
I'm gonna read to y'all what mine is.
Show them the birth chart.
So this is basically, I don't know if they can even see it. I'm gonna try to show it on YouTube. So this is what a birth chart looks like.
You show Facebook some love.
You can show Facebook that. I'm not showing y'all his
birth chart.
This is a birth chart. That's my birth chart right there. And in order to do a birth chart, you need 4 things. You need your full name, your date of birth, the time you were born, and where you were born. And that's it. And then you put it in. And again, like I said, it basically is like kind of like a GPS coordinate of like where you're born, where the stars aligned in the sky and stuff like that. So Instagram, I did not show y'all my birth chart. I don't know if y'all can see it. So I'm gonna hold it right there.
Birth chart. Let's see what's in store
so
today.
My birth chart is, my sun sign is obviously a Capricorn, Aquarius, cusp. My moon again is a Cancer, and then my rising is or Mercury is a Capricorn. But my Venus is a Sagittarius, and then my Mars is Capricorn. My Jupiter is Virgo.
See a lot of Capricorn out here.
My Saturn is Aquarius. My Uranus is Capricorn. My Neptune is Capricorn, which means that when I was born, that they were both going through Capricorn at the same time.
Lucky you.
And then my Pluto is Scorpio, and my Lilith, which I'll get into, is Capricorn. My North Node is Capricorn, and that's about it for that. And North and South nodes are different. I don't have a South node on here that's listed because I probably cropped it out. But
so when I'm looking at this, I see numbers, words, and symbols. So can you break this?
So the symbols are just basically, if I can explain all this, I'll probably like post it up later. There's symbols on the side that basically show you the sun and all of the planets and their what exactly like they are. Hold on, let me hold it closer.
Right there.
So this is each symbol of each planet. On this side is the symbols of the planets themselves, and right here is the degrees of which I was born at. So where the coordinates lined up when I was born.
And if you guys want to see this, you go to YouTube. All right.
Yes. On this side, this is my Placidus. I don't really get into this because this is more like in depth of like it kind of has really no use to me, so I really don't use that. That's like for like a real like full birth chart of like if you really want to know who you really are as a person. But it really has no real use to you as a person. It's kind of like the same generic rhetoric over and over again. Your birth chart in itself is the most useful to you as an individual if you want to know about yourself individually. So Yatta's that he does not know about.
Let's see what this is about.
I had pulled his up because it was so much fun doing this. And his is, of course, he's a Gemini, as we've all established on the show. But his moon is in Capricorn. And that's so funny, which means he is heartless.
What? I'm not heartless. Hold on. I am not heartless. First and foremost, I am not heartless.
When you have your moon in Capricorn, that represents your emotions. And Capricorns naturally are the hardest and emotionless people on the planet. Like we have the hardest time expressing our emotions simply for the fact that we do not like feeling vulnerable and letting people in. So to have your moon in Capricorn is hilarious. But mine is in Cancer, which means like I'm a very secretly emotional person, which I am. And if you've ever dealt with me, you know that I'm very sensitive and very emotional.
We're gonna take a poll. Is Yatta heartless? I want y'all to answer this. I want y'all to answer this. Everybody.
And then one of the more recent episodes, and I had to get this young lady on here after I saw her live debate with my boy KC Slater. So this best clip is with Charlie Kennedy, and I want to call this segment "Let Me Waste Her Time, Charlie. Let me waste her time." You know, like, but it was very insightful. So I hope you guys really do enjoy this segment right here.
If they will date outside of their race, that I don't know. I know for me personally, I probably will not. Like, I probably won't date outside of my race, and not that it's any. Let me specify. I won't date seriously outside of my race. Like,
continue. I'm gonna keep my hand up. You keep going.
I will not date seriously outside of my race. Like, I think it has become a goal of mine to date, marry, and have children with a black woman. Like, I think that is something, and I know this is I don't know if this is healthy, but I take like a real pride in my relationships. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, yes,
I think that's super healthy.
I'm champion for the black culture.
Yes, I think that's beautiful. I mean, I don't see myself, you know, ever not being with a black man personally. But sometimes you just, I mean, 10 years ago, I wasn't a vegan. And if you had told me that I'd be a vegan with natural hair, I would have been like, wrong one. And here I am, natural hair vegan. So like, it's, you know, never say never, but I don't foresee that. But I do have to, now I have to ask you this. I'm so glad that you said this because I have been dying to ask someone this. Okay. So if you don't see yourself seriously dating outside of your race, why would that be like, I would date, but not seriously? And the reason I ask that is because if you start dating someone, when you first meet them, you have no idea how serious it's going to become. To you, it could be a fling, it could be a summer fling, it could turn into an 8-month romance, it could be an 8-year thing. But if you date someone outside of your race, there is a possibility that you will fall in love with that person. There is a possibility that you will just be like, yo, I got to make an exception to my rule because I love this girl. So whenever, because you're not the first black man that I've ever heard. I hear so many black men say that, and I'm just like, that doesn't make sense because like, you just don't know what the future holds. So like, if you don't want to ever marry outside of your race, then dating outside of your race is not wise, in my opinion. And I also say that because I have a friend who was in a long-term relationship with someone, and he said, you know, I just want to let you know, like, I'm never going to marry you because I need to marry a black woman. And when he told me that, I was like, what? And I was like, okay. I'm like, I was very, very, like, full disclosure, I was very torn because part of me was like, okay, well, good for him for knowing what he wants. Good for him for like wanting to be a part of, you know, the black family solution, but also like, shame on you. Like, why did you waste my friend's time if you already knew that you were never going to marry her?
And last but not least, I had to pick this one with Tim McRae from WTF Food Truck as he detailed his worst food experiences with me. And you guys know I love food, so it's just like hearing that I started cringing, but check it out.
Let me ask you this: you sound like a foodie. What's like some of the your worst food experiences though? Like what's something that you were just like, I had it and it was just like that just curdled my stomach?
Honestly, man, I had to say liver, man. Yeah. When I was a little kid, my mom used to make liver and onions, and once I figured out what it is, like I seen like a raw liver because we always seen it cooked. Once I seen it raw, bro, I was done. I was like, yeah, like I'm eating a lung or something. Like, come on, man, that's nasty. Yeah, you know, that and chitlins.
Yeah, I won't.
My grandma ruined that for me.
I won't touch them. I don't care. I'll see them in the grocery store, and I just like pass right by them.
Yeah, see, we was young down south, and you know, we thought, because you know they used to tell us, oh, this is bacon. So we was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try it. So one time I caught them cleaning it. Nah, bro, I'm gonna tell you how I got it. I caught them cleaning it. So there's in the down south in my grandma's kitchen cleaning them, and I was like, walked in that smell, and I was like, what's that? And they was like, oh, chitlins. I'm like, well, chitlins as we call them. I said, chitlins? I said, man, that smell like dookie. And my grandfather said, well, boy, if you're eating something that the dookie came through, what you want it to smell like. So that's when I figured out and found out that chitlins was the intestines. You know what I mean? The last part of the intestines.
Yeah.
And if you want to check out more content, I actually did a live food review with Tim's famous General Tao's Wings. Oh my goodness, you can go to my Instagram page and I will actually link that video below, as well as WTF's page so you guys can check them out and try the wings for yourself. Shout out, baby. So again, I would like to extend my thank yous to our viewers, to our supporters, for everyone who tunes in every week and continue to tune in, to all our amazing guests, and to the people who are wearing the Yatta Debates merchandise, which I will also leave a link to our Yatta Debates merchandise in the description below. But as always, until next time, this is Yatta Debates.